can see the recap video, please let me know, because I do have one that's going viral at the moment. I didn't think it was going to go viral, but it's taking over my page. Good morning, Isha. Hi, Vaughn. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Hi, Tracy. I don't know if anybody's in YouTube land right now. If you guys can see the recap video, please let me know. Hi, Dar. Hi, Joyce. Good morning, guys. Looked great in the yellow dress. It was green, but thank you. Hi, Daisy. Good morning in YouTube land. Good morning from Nebraska. You know what? I'm going to do that in my next video. My next recap video tomorrow, I'm going to ask y'all to put where y'all from in the comment section, because I like to see where y'all actually hail from. Good morning. Y'all know the deal. If you have not seen the recap video, please go see it. Please let me know if you can see it. Hi, Angela. Hi, Marla. Hi, YouTube land. Good morning. Hi, Oklahoma. Hey, Brooklyn. Hey, from Louisiana. Hi, Houston. H-Town. Y'all like my shirt? Angela Davis. Olaf. Oh. Aloha from Hawaii. My brain froze for a second. I've been on vacation. Thank you. Good morning. If anybody see my recap video? That is my question. Because I think the views are down because the recap video is not being pushed. So if you can go push that video, I would highly appreciate it. Hey from the Bronx and GA. Hey from Florida. You're my favor, Angela. Hi, Angela. Oh, Angela Davis is your favorite. That is great. Hold on one second. I need to find something. I'm looking for something real quick. Children under 6-year-old will no longer be a dependent due to the big bill. Can we get these? If you guys can see my recap video. Hi from Kenya. Can anyone see the recap video? I love you on TMZ. Thank you. I can see, watch the latest recap. Okay, y'all can see the one from the weekend. No, yes, no. No. It may be overshadowed by my think piece on the deer whooping that lady ass in the park. I ain't mean for that one to go viral, but it went viral. I just had a question. If you haven't seen the recap, I would ask you to go look at it. This is going to be a very, pushed off one. So we just finna get into it now. Everybody saw the commencement speech for Memorial Day, right? Did anybody see Trump's commencement speech? If you did, raise your hand. Cause my boy. I don't know what that was. But first of all, West Point, why would you invite somebody who's a draft dodger to speak at your commencement? Okay, first of all, that's a draft dodger. I would never invite a draft dodger to speak at my commencement ceremony from graduating from military school. That was just, I think that went over y'all head. Yes, Trump is a draft dodger. His great-grandfather one was too. I think his great-grandfather was a draft dodger. That's why they ended up in this country. Y'all didn't know that. If you didn't know that, you need to do your history. Yeah, his great-grandfather didn't want to go into the military in his country, Germany. Yeah. So he fled to the United States. I don't get it. But to each your own. He did a commencement speech and he talked to West Point graduates who are getting ready to start their service in the military to find trophy wives. I don't know how those two came together, but trophy wives and going into the military, that don't make no sense. Most military people don't make that goddamn money to have a trophy wife. They have military wives, people that follow them from place to place, or stay at home and wait for them to come home, praying that they got all their limbs. Yeah, he told West Point graduates that they need to get trophy wives. And I'm going to make something very clear. Some of those West Point graduates were women. Some of those West Point graduates were women. Whoever asked him to speak should be embarrassed. On top of that, he also spoke about speaking at Ohio's graduation. He never spoke at he never spoke at Ohio's graduation. That never happened, okay? He never spoke at Ohio's graduation, okay? He spoke at Alabama State graduation. So now people are questioning if he's all up here. I think he needs to be evaluated. I think he needs to be evaluated. He spoke at the University of Alabama. He did not speak at Ohio. He's not all the way there. He needs to be tested. He needs to be tested seriously. Y'all want to talk about Joe Biden? This man was falling asleep on live camera as well. So we're going to ignore that. Okay. Now, y'all know the big beautiful bill is in the Senate right now. Senator Ron Johnson said that they don't have enough to back this bill in the Senate. The House, I'm going to make something very clear. The House is very get on their knees for Trump. Oh, hit F1. Hit F1 for me, y'all. My bad. They're going to do whatever daddy tells them to do. So that was going to pass the House regardless. They're going to do whatever daddy tells them to do. Now, the Senate, on the other hand, the Senate says that this bill does not have enough backing. It may get sent back to the House. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something I didn't get to tell y'all, but it's in this bill. And it is shocking. They want to remove dependents from SNAP. Okay? They want to remove dependents from SNAP. So, unpacking claims of the GOP's big beautiful bill that lowers the age of dependent from 18 to 7 years old. 18 to 7 years old. That means your first grader is no longer a dependent in your house. How? I thought a dependent would be able to, vote. Vote, maybe, drive a car, something like that. You want to lower the dependent to the age of 7. Your child will be no longer a dependent in your house. You won't be able to claim them at the age of 7 years old. How the fuck is that supposed to work? They snuck that in there. That's something else that was snuck in. I do think it's for child labor. I do think it's for child labor. I'm not going to lie. I forgot who said this in my, I think it's for child labor. I honestly feel like they're lowering the age to where you can no longer be a dependent. So children will be forced to go to work so that they can, replace all the migrants they've pushed out of this country that worked. They're going to make it lower. So when these factories come, if they ever come, they can put these kids in these factories. They can make children go to school and go to work, or take them out of school completely. And now you can get a job at the age of 12 or 13. Oh, the immunity for GOP. I'm going to look at that too. Like that is some bull. So in a popular online video, Democratic Congresswoman, among others, claimed that the U.S. House Republicans, one of the big beautiful bill acts lowers the age of dependence from 18 to 7. The budget bill does lower the age of dependency under 18 to 7 years old, but only for SNAP, not across the board. Which in my head, if I'm thinking logically, if y'all tried on SNAP, it's gonna go other places. The SNAP is just the first place we're gonna try it out. We're gonna give it a trial run. Let's see how this works. If this gets through, then we can go and do other things. Everything the GOP does is a trial and error situation. They do it in a small area, and then once it works in that small area, then they make it worldwide. i.e., getting rid of migrants, i.e., the DEI, affirmative action. All of that was trial runs. They wanted to see if it would actually get passed. If this shit passed, it's going to open up the door for everything else. It's a test. It is a goddamn test. Just like trying to make a Christian public school, just In Oklahoma, that was a test. Thank God they struck that shit down. Thank God. Now, the bill would significantly reduce the number of households with children who could benefit from SNAP. 7 years old. A 7-year-old child won't be able to eat. Or the parent will have barely enough food to go around. That's just like when they were trying to cut school lunches from school, talking about children don't need school lunches. What the fuck? Do you not know most houses in middle and lower class areas, those children need those meals because they barely have one to go home to? They barely have one to go home to. Lunch and breakfast is vital. That's how kids stay awake in school. That's how their brains work. That's how they're able to complete their classes. They depend on school lunch. And they tried to snatch that shit away. Oh, and let me tell y'all right now, buy now and pay later. Buy now and pay later has increased when it comes to grocery buying. Buy now and pay later has increased for groceries. Just so people can afford food. Basic humanity. Basic needs. And some of your GOP leaders made it very clear that they don't feel like they should have to take care of other people's kids. They don't feel like the government should have to take care of other people's kids. Y'all weren't worried about that shit when people were going to fight for war and white women didn't have food stamps. This why it was created. So white women could have government assistance. But now that it's everybody, it's a problem. It's a problem when everybody needs it. But when white women requested it during the times of war, or when the recession came, the Great Depression came, it was okay to give it to them then. But now it's an issue because everybody needs it. They playing that game. They're playing the game. The bill has yet to be voted on in the U.S. Senate, but they're trying to make amendments. Right now, we're in an amendment area, okay? Right now, the Senate is trying to amend as much shit as they can in this bill. So if it is passed, there are things that are not going to be hit. More than likely, our student loans are going to be FUCKED. I'm going to be real. That's the last thing most people are focused on. They're focused on more on Medicaid, Social Security, SNAP, those areas than our student loans. So I hope and pray they get to that part where they fix that, where grad plus loans are still a thing. Pam plus loans are not hard to get anymore. Pell Grant accessibility is not made harder to get. Unsubsidized loans are not at a cap. And we actually can keep subsidized loans because they want to get rid of subsidized loans. Subsidized loans are those loans that don't accrue while you're in college going through school. Unsubsidized loans, they accrue interest while you're in class learning. Okay? There are two types of loans. They want to get rid of subsidized loans. So while your child is in school, the interest rate on their loan is increasing day by day, which is going to do nothing but put them in debt when they get out of college, which means they're going to be at your house working a job that is not in their field just to pay off these student loans. So I hope y'all paying attention to that, especially for people trying to go to college. If you got kids that are trying to go to school and you know you're going to need student loans for them to actually finish school, y'all may want to pay attention to this because a lot of y'all going to be filling out these applications sooner or later. So you may want to be calling your local representatives, calling your senators and letting them know, hey, y'all need to fix this loan shit. Y'all need to fix it real quick. Grants, they're not touching grants. You can't really fuck with a grant. The Pell Grant, you can. They're making the qualifications to get Pell Grants harder, which means you're going to have to take more classes. You got to take more classes in order to qualify for Pell Grants, which means if you were taking like 27 credits, you have to take 30, which means you're going to be stretched way thinner than what you were before. Federal regular bank. That's different. They said the Senate has yet to vote. I don't think they're going to vote anytime soon. They're still trying to fix it at this moment. Y'all need to start making calls. because they're gonna try to pass that. You know, the Republicans that don't give a shit about y'all. And I have to say this because I think y'all don't understand the Republicans don't care about y'all either. I don't think y'all get that. They don't care about y'all either. Unless y'all start lighting their asses up. They don't care about y'all either. Most of them, they're in there for that check. They listen to lobbyists, which are pharmaceutical companies, which that 1%. Y'all are just another number to them. But y'all think because they look like y'all, they care about y'all, and they don't. That's why it's up to y'all to start making these phone calls. It's not just us that's going to get hit. Everybody's going to get hit. Come on now. Let's be smart about it. Everybody is going to get hit. Okay? Speaking of hit, Texas now moves. Hold on. Let me deny somebody access to my account. Texas. If you live in Texas, y'all need to start calling and making phone calls. Texas moves to require the 10 Commandments in every public school classroom. Texas moves to require the 10 Commandments in every classroom. Last time I checked, public schools are not faith-based schools. There are schools that are faith-based schools and they're private, but they're bringing this into the public sector. And they're saying it's for educational reasons. So Texas is on the track to become the largest state to mandate that public school classrooms display the 10 Commandments. A Republican-backed proposal passed a key vote in Texas Saturday and is expected to become law soon. The focus of this bill is to look at what is historically important to our nation, educationally and judicially. I'm sorry, let me make something very fucking clear. The 10 Commandments is not important for education. The 10 Commandments is not important for education. The 10 Commandments is important for your faith and how you choose to walk through life. That is education that you get from home and from the church your parents chooses for you to go to until you're old enough to decide what you want religion to be for you. It is not supposed to be in school. We all know the 10 Commandments is just faith-based. It has nothing to do with history either because, baby, the 10 Commandments ain't even from this fucking country. It's from another country. It ain't even from here. This is not U.S. history. And the people that are teaching this shit don't follow it. I'm pretty sure there are going to be a lot of people that commit adultery. That's going to be, we're trying to teach not to commit adultery. Honor thy father and thy mother. Ooh, wrong. Thou shalt not convert with thy neighbor's wife. Thou shalt not take the Lord's name in vain. Bruh, it is going to be so hypocritical. Remember, thou shalt not keep holy on the day of Sabbath. You're not supposed to be working on the day of Sabbath, but you tried to vote on Sunday. You voted on Sunday. You already lying. You already lying. And I'm on top of that, you're going to have students there that are Catholic, that don't look at the 10 Commandments. You're going to be there that atheist, Buddhist, Mormons, people who look at the Quran, Muslims. This America is not a Christian country. It is a multifaceted country. It is based on freedom of religion. What part of that are y'all lost on? All of y'all crazy MAGA folks. What do y'all don't know what this country is supposed to be founded on? Freedom of religion? Did y'all forget that part during y'all history lesson? Or did y'all excuse that like y'all excuse slavery, like y'all don't want slavery to exist? I'm asking for a friend. You got Pete Hegseth in the Pentagon having church service. You got a room, a special office in the White House dedicated to Christian values and making sure that the government and everybody in it follows Christian values. What the entire is going on? And this right here is a trial run. Because after Texas gets away with this, Oklahoma's going to try it. Tennessee is definitely going to try. Louisiana is going to try. Alabama and Mississippi is going to try. And you know Florida's not going to be that far behind. I wish Georgia would. I wish Georgia would, even though we may have a Democratic governor soon. So I hope that may not even go through. Kemp is almost out the door, thank God. But this shit right here it's not even Christian. It's cult. This is basically cult. You're in a cult now. And this is my opinion. Nobody has to agree with me, but to me, YT Christianity is a cult. It is. It's a cult. It is used to sway people's opinions. It is used to fearmonger. It's not based on faith. It's based on this and power. It's a cult. God would not walk with y'all. Jesus would not walk with y'all. He'd actually probably try to flood the world. I think he'd try to flood us, for real. I really do. I really think he'd try to start over. Because this is not, I don't think this is what Jesus was sacrificed on the cross for. I don't think this was it. I don't think this is how they intended Christianity to be used. Y'all don't even love y'all neighbors. Love thy neighbor. He who out sinned cast the first stone. So y'all don't even follow your own religion. The first, love thy neighbor. Y'all don't love nobody that's not y'all and straight. So why would you even put this in school? Y'all don't even walk by your own faith that y'all trying to promote so y'all could desensitize and uneducate people. So y'all could get a mass following of a cult. So y'all can get girls to think that only thing they're supposed to do is grow up and have babies. Y'all don't even believe in y'all own shit. And this is why I'm spiritual. I refuse to abide by this. Y'all rules. I refuse to do it. Because it's demonic. I'm going to call it what it is. It's demonic. Christianity has been turned into a demonic religion. And for the ones who are true Christians, I'm sorry, y'all fall under this category. I'm sorry, y'all fall under this category. If you are a true Christian, I am sorry you fall under this demonic category. But that's how I see Christianity being turned into. It is nothing that is good. It's nothing that is holy. It is not how God would want any of y'all to walk. And we definitely don't need to be putting our religion onto other people. Faith should not be forced. Faith should not be forced. And if you're forcing your faith onto other people, you're not walking by God or Jesus. Because he never said that shit. He never said that. Never. Not one time. Putin and Donald are not in the same, they're not agreeing right now. Putin has just launched another attack on Ukraine. But somebody tried to take Putin out. Yes. Somebody tried to take Putin out. I'm not mad at him. Yeah. Kremlin claims Putin survived a massive drone attack on his helicopter this morning. This morning. They almost got him. Almost happened. It almost happened. The Russian president was reportedly at an epicenter of a large-scale drone attack while flying over Kursk region of near Ukraine. Oh, you was in the wrong spot anyways, my boy. You was in the wrong. Missed him by an inch. Missed him by an inch. Almost doesn't count. I know it doesn't count. I know almost doesn't count, but damn it, it gave me a little. It gave me a little faith, a little hope, because baby, guess what Putin is doing right now? He is gathering his forces. He is re-strengthening his army. and he's putting them at the curve. He is strengthening his army against NATO, not Ukraine. NATO. Not Ukraine, NATO. He's building his army, and he's also building an Arctic airspace for him as well. Remember I told y'all a couple of weeks ago that Putin is building ships that can crush through ice? He's building ships that can literally crush through Arctic ice. He's coming around the corner. Literally coming around the corner. They're preparing after this quote unquote ceasefire is done. They're preparing. They may go back into yes. It says Russia is building a base and expanding its military footprint near the Finnish border in a sign of where its swollen army could be moved after a ceasefire in Ukraine. New satellite imagery has revealed columns of new troop tents, renovated Arctic airfields opposite of NATO's northwestern flank in what could be a hairbringer of war, future war. Oh, and they are lined up right on the edge of Finland. They were lined up on right on the edge of Finland. The Kremlin is expanding military recruitment and increasing weapons production and upgrading logistics infrastructure along with Russia's borders with Norway, Finland, and the Baltics. Yeah. Yep. So I think he knows that if he starts shit, he gonna have to go in with because NATO ain't nothing to play with. But the thing is, now Trump is gonna have to make a decision. Trump is gonna have to make a decision. Is he gonna stand with NATO or is he gonna stand with Russia? And he called Putin crazy today. No, yesterday, day before yesterday, he called Putin crazy. He says he's not happy with Vladimir Putin. Trump calls Putin absolutely crazy after Russia's largest airstrike on Ukraine. You calling this man crazy? Donald Trump has called Vladimir Putin absolutely crazy for his attacks on Ukraine cities, leveling some of the sharpest criticism of the Russian leader. On Sunday night, Mr. Trump posted on Truth Social, "I've always had a very good relationship with Vladimir Putin of Russia, but something has happened to him. He's gone crazy." All right. I'm saying this. Tread lightly. Putin don't care. Putin does not care. Can we tread lightly with this man? Because this man don't give a shit. He ain't listening to nobody. He's been crazy. Putin has been crazy. He don't care about what nobody has to say. He ain't showing up for no ceasefire conferences. He not showing up. He don't give a fuck what nobody say. He doing what exactly he wants to do. He doing exactly what he wants to do, and he's gonna make sure that it gets done. The only way y'all gonna be able to stop Putin, honestly, I feel like, is going to war. That's just my opinion. I think that's the only way to stop him and push him back. I mean, but let's be real, it's getting down to that point anyways. Like, are we not getting to that point? Are we gonna act like that shit's not happening? Are we going to act like that's not happening? Let's be real. Do y'all feel like we on the brink of war? With somebody. There's so much shit going on. We going to go to war with Burkina Faso. We going to be going to war with Russia anyways because Burkina Faso and Russia are like this. The U.S. is fucking with Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso has an alliance with Russia. And now Chad is about to join Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso in their alliance. What you want us to do? It don't matter where we turn, somebody's about to pop off. Israel is still laying waste to Gaza. And let me make something very clear. Trump did ask for a ceasefire. I thought I never heard it. I never heard it. And yes, he did. He asked for a ceasefire. Trump says he wants a ceasefire in Gaza. I'm telling y'all that because that is the news headline. Don't get mad at me. That is what he said. He said Trump wants a ceasefire, a Gaza ceasefire, declares it within days. Declares it with. Yes, I do mean it. That's what he said. The U.S. President Donald Trump is on Daily Mail. I leave references for y'all. The U.S. President Donald Trump wants to end the war in Gaza as quickly as possible, with sources reportedly saying he could announce a ceasefire within the coming days. Okay. Meanwhile, news outlets in the Middle East reported sources as saying there is growing likelihood that Trump will announce a ceasefire in coming days. So everybody's talking about it. The only problem is, and here's the caveat, according to CNN, about 70% of Gaza is flattened. It's unlivable. It's uninhabitable. You can't go back to it. 70%. Trump also said he wanted to turn Gaza into the Riviera of the Middle East. He wants to turn God's home, Jesus's birthplace, and yes, Jesus was born in Gaza, Jerusalem. That's Gaza's spot. Jesus was born in Gaza, that area. Why you think Israel wants that shit so bad? They want to say that they come from the holy man himself. They want to say that they come from him. So he wants to turn that place into a Riviera. Y'all remember that AI he created of him and Putin sitting on the beach and there were statues of him everywhere? That wasn't a joke. I know everybody tried to think it was a joke. It wasn't a joke. During the election last year, we said that he was going to turn that fucking place into a resort. We said that. We said he was going to allow Benny to keep doing what the fuck he was doing so he could turn that place into a profit. And I'm not going to lie. It's tucked off into a corner. It has a nice way into the ocean. Gaza was beautiful. Palestine was beautiful before they touched it. It was beautiful. I saw pictures of it. It was so beautiful. The beaches were nice. It was great. And it is a nice piece of land for import and export. It's a nice piece of land for import and export, and for little yachts and shit to roll up and have a good old time sitting next to Israel. Let's not play these dumb games. Let's not act like we ain't no better. We all knew that was the game plan from the fucking beginning. Israel doesn't want to acknowledge Palestine people exist. Hell, Canada went to the point of taking a woman off of her Palestinian heritage and telling her that she can no longer go home because it doesn't exist. Google took it off the goddamn maps. I guarantee you if Trump gets his way, it's going to say something else. We don't know what they're going to call it, but they're going to call it somewhere else, something else. And y'all, I seen people talking about, well, if Egypt was really such a great people, why wouldn't they let the Palestinians into their land to live? Because that ain't they fucking home. Their home is Palestine, Gaza. That is their fucking home. And they deserve to still be there. Even though now Israel is taking out it so much to the point where it's not livable, anything can be restarted over. You can always start from scratch. Let's not play this game. You can always start from scratch. Israel did another bombing this morning. They're still taking that. They took out a school that had nothing but women and children in it. It was reported this morning. I'm going to report on it tomorrow for the recap. But today, they unalive women and children. And this is what y'all didn't vote for. And I'm going to keep reiterating that. This is what some of y'all sat on y'all fucking hands for. Our world is in a shit show because of one man and a lot of selfish ass individuals that voted for one cause and one cause only. And the cause y'all voted for, y'all didn't even help. Y'all did not even fucking help it. Y'all made y'all cause worse. Y'all made it worse for these people. Y'all made it so bad for everybody, for gay people, for people who don't look like white folks, for children, lower and middle class. I'm sorry, for aid, for U.S. aid that helps other countries stay afloat that are in bad areas. Y'all literally fucked up the world by being selfish and sitting on your hands, or voting for a third party that y'all knew that wasn't going to make it, but just to siphon votes, y'all did that shit. Y'all really thought y'all was right. Y'all really thought y'all did something. Y'all literally fucked up our whole economy. Our government is in shambles. We got a dictator on the rise. All because y'all asses wanted to sit on there and thought y'all knew some shit, put your ass on your shoulders and told people not to vote, siphon votes, or ignore everything. For what? What was the fucking reason of this shit? I hate reading these headlines every fucking day. Every day I have to read some horrible shit. And it's all because y'all were fucking selfish during the goddamn election. Instead, we could have shit totally different. Totally different. There's no way in hell Kamala Harris would be letting this shit happen in Gaza right now. There is no way in hell there would be a blockade and there's no food there. There was no way in hell that shit was going to keep going. But y'all don't want to admit it. This man talk about taking the fucking Riviera for rich 1% people. Y'all were fucking selfish. And I hope God has no mercy on y'all souls. I said it, and y'all know I mean it. I hope there's no peace for y'all. No peace. We got people getting snatched up from ICE that are fucking U.S. citizens. We got people, we don't even know, where are the women and children that got taken to El Salvador? Where are those children at? No one ever said anything. Where's Abrego Garcia? Still ain't back. We got this man allocating money for ICE, for the Department of Defense, taking $880 billion from healthcare, which we need in this country, to allocate for his gold dome over the fucking United States. Why do we need a dome? You know what? They said the aliens are supposed to make contact in 2029. I hope they fucking come. I hope they fucking come. And we need to make sure we point all signs to that house on Pennsylvania Avenue. Actually, he's going to be gone. Go to Mar-a-Lago. Oh, but my bad. RFK Jr. is going to run. Forgot. Yeah, RFK Jr. is planning on running. He says it's a sign. Let's continue the legacy. Are we president? He wants to run for president. RFK Jr. wants to run for president after Trump. That wasn't a joke. That is dead ass serious. That is not a joke. He wants in. He wants to follow his father's footsteps. My head hurts. Now, Trump is talking about, well, let's talk about the crypto. Jasmine Crockett just said that if we get the House back, she's definitely investigating Trump for cryptocurrency. She's definitely investigating him, and I hope that we get the Senate as well, so we can get that bad boy right on in, because he definitely needs to be investigated for this. This crypto scam was bullshit. And that little crypto party that they had, that people had to pay a certain amount of money to see this man, they didn't even get to see Trump. They had no special time with Trump. They said the food was horrible. It tastes like Walmart steak, which I don't know how Walmart steak tastes because I don't eat steak, but it must not have been that good. They said that it was a scam. And they were set up. So you spent thousands and thousands of dollars on a coin to meet a man that you ain't even get to see. I'm serious. They said it was Walmart steak. But he got the money. What can you do? He already paid. He's already paid. He pocketed all that shit. Y'all paid for nothing. Y'all paid for nothing. And Lamar Odom, you are a raccoon now. Lamar Odom was promoting this cryptocurrency crap. That's just dumb. That is dumb. Has anybody up in here used 23andMe? Anybody up in here used 23andMe? If anybody ever used 23andMe, you know they went bankrupt, right? Okay. Well, a pharmaceutical company had just bought all of their DNA pharmaceutical company, Giant Regeneron, they have bought all of 23andMe American genetic data for $256 million. They have all of y'all shit. They're going to be coming up with all kind of stuff now. That's the right people to get your shit. A pharmaceutical company, out of everybody gets the information. Oh, they about to say we got so much going on. They about to say everything is wrong with us. Every last thing is wrong with us. This shit is about to be hilarious. Here's an investigation. The NPR investigated that they found that the CDC health warnings have sharply declined, as even the disease outbreaks continue to get bigger, like measles and salmonella is on the rise in the U.S. Man, are you fucking kidding me? We're not even getting the shit that we need. We're not even getting any of that information. Not one bit. And the DNC is getting ready to decide if they're going to vote out David Hogg and Malcolm Kenyatta. David Hogg, I'm going to tell you just like this. We were rooting for you. You're young. We thought you were going to shake things up. But all you've been doing is going on a fucking shit show rant about how the Democratic Party is horrible. You have not done anything to set this on a positive way. All we've gotten is negativity. You might as well be a Republican at this point. So now DNC will vote in June on whether to hold or redo the election for David Hogg and his vice chair, Malcolm Kenyatta, because y'all ain't done shit. Y'all have not done anything. I want the DNC chair to be AOC and Jasmine Crockett, if you want to be real with me. I want them to be the head. Give them the chairs. Because you ain't do shit but negatively talk down about everybody in the DNC. I forgot what side you was on. I'm being honest, I forgot what side he was on, the way he kept talking. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you supposed to be here to help us or what? You a little bit too over there. You a little bit too cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I think you need to back out. Here's something great, but I don't think America is going to take it on. China may have found a cure for diabetes. That is huge. A Chinese scientist used stem cells from a woman's own fat to regenerate insulin-producing cells, making her insulin-free in just 75 days. While they're in the early stages, this could be a functioning cure for diabetes, which would piss off a lot of pharmaceutical companies in America that charge insulin at almost $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 a damn capsule. I'm in a fucking wrong country. I ain't gonna lie, because they be coming up with everything. They literally be coming up with everything. We should be doing this shit. But no, Trump has run all of our scientists out of the goddamn country. Do you know that the UK is now recruiting American scientists that Trump has fired, laid off, or put them in places they're no longer valuable? They're collecting our scientists, y'all. They're collecting our scientists, people that we actually need in this country. We're not going to have no intellects here no more. Nobody to discover shit. We've got professors who study dictatorships fleeing the country because they see what's happening. That is sad. They got the fuck out of here as soon as this man got in office. Yes, professors who study dictatorships, they got the fuck out of here. They see when someone's becoming authoritarianism, they see it's happening, and they left. And they're doing reports from other countries. That's how you know shit is getting weird. Shit is getting weird and it's getting ugly. If they have to leave, they have to leave. This is America. Land of the free, home of the brave. Isn't that supposed to be our thing? Home of the brave, land of the free, some shit like that. I don't think so no more. I really do not think so. My head hurt, y'all. My head hurts. Trump got the ex-cop off. He pardoned a convict. He pardoned a convict. He saves a dirty cop. Former Culpeper County Sheriff Scott Jenkins just caught a major break. Jenkins was sentenced to serve 10 years for bribery scheme that turned himself up into Virginia office pay-to-play operations. He received a presidential pardon from Trump on Monday. The last-minute move wiped his record clean, and now he can go back to being he can go back to being a police officer. You accepted bribes, and now you're allowed to go back to doing what you was doing. Stop deleting them, girl. They ain't nobody. Don't delete them. Let them stay in. I don't really care what they have to say. U.S. federal judge considers creating own armed force security as threats from Trump loyalists mount. And these are black judges. Federal judges are discussing a proposal that would shift the armed security personnel responsible for their safety away from the Justice Department, DOJ. That is, do y'all hear how that sounds? Judges are supposed to be protected. The DOJ is responsible for their personnel. Now they want to create their own shit because they don't trust the DOJ. They don't trust the DOJ. They fear mount that the Trump administration is failing to protect them from a rising tide of hostility. Yeah, I would want my own detail anyways. I would want my own detail. I don't trust the DOJ either. I don't blame them. I do not blame them. I would not trust them either. You already arresting judges, and now you want to secure, you want to make sure that I'm safe? Nah, we good. We good on that, my boy. I will definitely be doing that shit. I will definitely be having my own security. I can't. Y'all know Trump is taking that $3 million, that Harvard grant money. He wants to give it to trade schools. He wants to give Harvard's grant money to trade school. Harvard has already filed a lawsuit to stop him from not allowing foreign students into their schools. But Trump wants a list of all the foreign students. He wants a list of all the foreign students. He said there's too many foreigners in Harvard. Harvard only gets like 30% of their money from foreign students. Like, okay, $3 billion, you want to go to trade schools? I can't. And then on top of that, he said he wants smart people at Harvard. They have to pass his wrath test. What the fuck is a wrath test? And I'm sorry, sir. Let's just say Harvard, Trump wants to make Harvard white again. It's okay. I can say it. He wants to make it white again. It's okay. This is just what it is. And the one thing I've seen that's happened that I'm laughing at, that has happened at Harvard, is Harvard is now posting on a side chat app where users must verify an EDU email and a viral blacklist for Trump supporters. They're adding a blacklist. Someone get that watch my you know what out of here. They're doing a blacklist. They said don't let Trump supporters into clubs, don't be friends with them, don't date them, bring back real social consequences for political affiliating with fascists. It's anonymous, but it reflects a growing student backlash, not just to Trump policies, but to the idea that fascism can wear a suit and still have a seat at the table. Y'all must understand that culture wars, activism, protests, they start on student campuses. They start on campuses. Most of our fights, most of the changes that have happened in this country started on a campus. It started like this. I think y'all forget that. That's why he don't want students to have freedom of, they don't want them to have that First Amendment right. Because baby, don't protest. They start on student campuses, and this shit right here is this is just a little drop in the bucket. I believe in bringing back public shaming. I do. It's time to start publicly shaming. If YT people can be outright racist towards us, we should be able to go ahead and publicly shame them for it. Just like those Kansas, those alt-right groups decided they wanted to march in Kansas. Was it Kansas this past weekend? They got all dressed in their little mask and their khaki hats and their khaki pants, and they decided they wanted to go march in Kansas. Why don't y'all show y'all fucking faces? Kansas, Missouri. Kansas and Missouri. Okay. Why don't y'all show y'all faces? Why do y'all have to be covered up with glasses? If y'all that fucking proud of being alt-right, white nationalism, white pride, show your face. Don't be scared. We have black pride. I mean, but our black pride doesn't harm anybody. Our black pride is just making sure that we are proud of our heritage. See, there's a difference between white pride and black pride. And Haitian pride and Indian pride and Native American pride. It's a difference. See, I saw somebody make this statement. There are events that celebrate white pride. They have the beer fest in somewhere in Georgia. They have a lot of things that celebrate European pride. There are a lot of things that celebrate European pride. The pride y'all want to celebrate is the pride of a Confederate flag. The pride of wearing a KKK hat. That's the pride y'all want to celebrate. Y'all want to celebrate a pride that is hateful. A pride that has a history of dehumanizing people, unaliving people, raping people, burning people's homes, raiding their towns, stealing from them, hanging. That's the white pride y'all want to celebrate. And that's why y'all hide y'all faces. Because if you wanted to actually celebrate European traditions and European holidays, y'all could do that. But y'all want to celebrate white nationalist pride, which is all about hate. That is the difference. I love to see people celebrate their cultures. I love German Fest. They got all the beers in the world. I think that shit is cool. I love to see y'all celebrate y'all shit. Never tapping on it. But there's no way in hell I'm going to approve anybody celebrating something that tore my culture away, that tore my people away, that separated my families, that degraded my color as a human. I will never be okay with y'all celebrating that shit. Y'all want to celebrate hate. That's what y'all want to celebrate. Y'all want to celebrate a time where people that look like me were seen as animals and did not have any kind of rights. What? 3/5 of a person? That's what the fuck y'all want to celebrate. Y'all want to walk around with a Confederate flag. Y'all lost. Y'all lost the war. The fuck? Y'all didn't win that shit. Because if y'all did, I would not be on here talking. When y'all celebrate white pride, when y'all want to be proud of y'all whiteness, it is all at the expense of everyone else. It is not at the expense of just being happy about who you are. It is the expense of hating everyone else that doesn't look like you. And that's why you don't deserve to have that pride. And that's why y'all hide y'all faces and y'all wear hats and sunglasses and khakis. Because y'all celebrating hate. And there's no room for that. And if you want to do it in the open. That way you can be publicly shamed for it. Don't hide. Don't hide. Be proud of it. I'm proud of being a black woman. I'm proud of being an angry black woman. I'm not a nice black woman, and I'm proud of that. And the reason I'm proud of that, because those are all the stipulations and all the things that y'all have put on me as a black woman. Y'all want to call me angry? Fine, I'll be angry. Y'all want to call me not nice and not happy? I'll be that shit too, bitch. but I'm also educated. I'm nurturing. I'm loving. I'm giving. I respect people that respect me. I have passion, which y'all confuse for anger. I speak with conviction, which confuses y'all with anger and aggression. I will always celebrate my people. Why? Because we deserve to. We deserve to be celebrated after all the shit that we've been through and still going through. But when y'all want to celebrate hate, I'm never going to give you a fucking pass for it. And yes, the person that posted all of their pictures of everybody that's been arrested, that went to that march in Kansas City, I'm happy that shit is floating around. I'm happy that shit is floating around. As it should be. As it should be. Now I got 10 minutes left. Let's get into some gossip. Papoose is still posting about Remy. Let that shit go, okay? Yandy has been called out by her hairstylist. Yandy allegedly was cheating on Mendices for a good minute. They have followed each other on Instagram. They're no longer friends, okay? They no longer support each other. Kai Cenat's streaming university, in my opinion, was an epic fail. It wasn't a pass to me. And I'm going to say why it was an epic fail. You had to suspend people. They were crashing each other's rooms. They were doing unnecessary pranks. One girl got her eye almost put out. She's in the hospital talking about she may sue. Okay? You no longer want to invite streamers under the age of 18 because they don't know how to act. You put a bunch of streamers who are already notified and certified into a room, and you thought they wasn't going to show their ass. You destroyed school property because students still have to go to that school after you left for those 3 days. Then you sat there and said, I don't think I'm going to do another stream on university. But I did copyright that shit unless, just in case somebody else wants to buy it. I don't call that fucking successful. They said, well, there was some small streamers there that went from 6K followers to 40,000 followers. And they got some big people to follow them. So just because somebody follows you doesn't mean they're going to see you every day. What did y'all really get? Oh, y'all got DDG, how to be, banned from anything and everything. Y'all got classes on how to start drama on streaming. That's the education y'all got on streaming, is how to hate. Like, that didn't even make any sense. In my opinion, and this is my opinion, and y'all don't have to fucking like it. It's not hating. It's called an opinion. It was entertaining. It was. I watched it. It was very entertaining. It was funny as hell. It looked like a bunch of freshman students going to college for the first time. It should have been a reality show. It would have been perfect if it was a reality. Streamer University reality TV. That would have been hella funny. But it was supposed to be for education. It was supposed to be for education. It was only entertaining. I like the fact that they had teachers some teachers, not all, because DDG, I don't know why the fuck he was there. Deshae, I don't get it. I like that they had some teachers that were classified in certain areas. I agree with having teachers who already have a fan base teaching streamers, but most of the streamers that came already had platforms. Most of the streamers that came already had platforms. I would have loved to see streamers that don't get enough clout, that actually work hard at their streaming. I would have loved to see them come up and them get the education they need, and for people to take it seriously. But no one took it really seriously except for like a couple of people. Everybody else was there to party, have a good time. And that's DDG's fault. That's Kai Cenat's fault. Because he picked everybody that was supposed to be there. He picked everybody. So yes, it was his fault. You know what these people are about. They're your friends. They're your colleagues online. You know what they do. And you thought they was going to take that shit seriously. Now you at a point where you've created something great and something amazing. And now you don't even want to do it anymore because of all the chaos it cost. Now you saying you don't even know if you want to do another one. And if you do it, it has to be a certain age limit now. If it was such a success, there would not be any stipulations. It'd be like, I'll see y'all next year. That's my opinion. If it was such a success, it would have been like, I'll see you next year. This was awesome. Graduation was great. Not, can y'all get the hell out? Can y'all pack up? Can y'all clean up? I ain't never allowing children or people under 18 anymore. Y'all put somebody eye out. Not y'all jumping and going to bars and having a good time. That don't sound like success to me. But the young ones, they thought it was a success because people got a couple of followers and they got some big people to follow them. What's the point of having a following if no one's actually following you? People may hit the follow button. I got over 400 something thousand people that follow me. I know everybody don't watch my goddamn videos. I know every last person does not watch my videos. So following doesn't mean shit. It's interaction. It's engagement. How are you going to keep these people engaged? How are you going to keep them coming back? What did you learn to do that? To actually really grow your page and not just be a bunch of nonsense. I didn't see much of that. But that's my opinion. That's just my opinion. They found another fucking hidden city. They found another hidden city in Dubai, in Saudi Arabia. It's 5,000 years old. Leave that shit where the fuck it's at. Do not go digging up nothing in that city. Why are y'all always trying to dig up the past? Leave that hoe alone. Okay? We don't know what is down there. Y'all don't know what diseases y'all may be letting upon this earth. Stop digging up shit. I'm just asking for a friend because it don't make no sense. And my last comment of the day. I wish y'all would stop looking at black women as just non-victims. I wish y'all would stop doing that. Halle Bailey, Megan Thee Stallion, Cassie. We know they made some fucked up decisions, but it does not mean you're not a goddamn victim. And I'm going to say this. If you are a black man and you watch a black woman get degraded by anybody and you don't stand up for him, it's part of your responsibility. It's a village that raises everybody, not one person. There's no way in hell I'm going to sit there and watch somebody get degraded and not say shit. My daddy don't do it. My brother don't do it. You are responsible for how black men act if you're a black man and you're not checking them. Yes, you are part of the problem. You're laughing and you thinking it's funny, but if it was your sister, it wouldn't be funny. Same thing with black women. You see a black woman acting crazy on her kids, or you see a black woman saying something that you know is not right, clock they ass. It's up to us to start checking each other, or we're going to victim shame people who deserve to be helped. People who deserve to be respected. People who deserve grace. Y'all don't give people grace anymore. If it was a white girl, she'd get grace. But if it's us, we don't get grace. We don't get grace. We don't get grace for looking at somebody and saying, hey, I love them, but they are abusive. Because two things can be right at one time. You're going to have to learn your lesson. But I'm going to give you grace while you do. Speaking of grace, that white girl got off for unaliving that black man that didn't like black women. That wasn't something that I was going to report about. She got off. Am I surprised? No. Y'all know who I'm talking about. She got off. That's what you asked for. Carmelo Anthony will be charged as an adult in Texas. We knew that was coming. We knew that was coming. Carmelo Anthony will be charged as an adult. I'm not going to say I'm not surprised because they don't see black men as children. I mean, they don't see black boys as adults. I mean, as children. They see them as adults, no matter what. They're always going to look at us a little bit more older than what we are, and that stems from slavery. If you don't believe it, look it up, do some fucking homework. This is why white people see us, our children, as adults. See them as grown. They can't even picture them as children. They couldn't even picture that little boy that got called an N-word on a playground as a baby. They called him what they called him an adult, a young teenager. They called him older than what he was. White people cannot desensitize themselves enough to see a child for a child if it's not the same race as them. And that stems from slavery. Because young boys were forced to work at younger ages. Young girls were forced to take care of white people, kids at younger ages. That's just the way it works. The world is unfair, but I feel like we need to have as much support for Carmelo Anthony as possible. We need to have as much support for this boy as much as possible. And I'm going to say boy because he's 17. He's not an adult. He's not an adult. And I know white people want to make him an adult so they can have a reason. But it was self-defense. Self-defense. A white boy got off for a boy in a bathroom on his back. And they called it self-defense. A white girl just got off for unaliving a black man. After a rage, she came home, messed up in a rage. She got off. It was self-defense. I want y'all to remember, with white people, there's always a gray area. That shirt is coming soon. It's always a gray area with them, which means we need to have more support for each other. We need to be supporting each other way more. I know we're supposed to be calling each other out and calling out wrong. Like Diddy is wrong, we'll call his ass out. R. Kelly is wrong, call his ass out. DDG is fucking wrong, call his ass out. But for everybody else, we need to start coming together. And if we got to kick some outsiders out, kick their asses out. But if we don't start coming together as us, they're going to start, we're going to get more guilty convictions. I don't want to say what's going to happen, but y'all already know. And let me make something very fucking clear before I leave. Birthright citizenship has everything to do with black folks. Birthright citizenship has everything to do with us. They are trying to get to the bottom of this shit. So now we are not seen as American. If they get rid of everybody else up top, who the fuck is left? Us. At the end of the day, it is us that is last. And if they get through everybody else, they're not just going to be removing us from museums and taking away a DEI. They're going to try to make us as low as possible. So yes, we are part of this birthright citizenship fight. It has to do with us as well, because without us, every other fucking race besides white folks would not be allowed into this fucking place. They would not have the opportunity to be here. The doors would have not opened up. And that's kind of a protection barrier for us. Talking about descendants of slaves are the only ones that could be here. Y'all know what they looking for. Why do you think they keep attacking us every which way? They looking for us to come outside. They're looking for a way to start martial law. We're not giving that to them, though. We're using our brains instead of our bodies. Keep your ass informed. Please watch what happens with the Supreme Court when it comes to birthright citizenship, because that is important. That is vital to our safety here in America, even though we are Americans and we built this fucking country. And a half of these white folks would not exist without our ancestors breastfeeding them. Yes, y'all carried the milk of our ancestors in your bodies. I said it. All right, people. Have a good day. Make sure y'all go watch the video. Bye. How come I never can exit when I need to exit? Ah! This thing don't never let me exit. Bye, YouTube land.